But big up yourself. Thanks for
Right,
forwarding
Shelly.
today. Yeah, Shelly know that.
It.
So,
Big up yourself, Shelly.
but first, we're going to ask how you been doing.
Right.
I've been doing exceptional. I really have, but I have been busy. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I'm working on digital content. I've been working, digital products, not content, because I've been in front of the camera a little bit less these days, but I've been, doing a lot more. And I was supposed to bring my books. I got them, dusted them off for everything, because when it's your stuff, like I have copies of everything that I did at home, but they kind of just on stands and So I was bringing everything, and then in my mind I was like, you know what? I got to make it to Ting on the little to no gas that I have. Yes, and I don't like pumping gas, so I was gonna try to, push the little 2 miles that was left. And so my mind was focused on that. I got to the gas station. That's when I realized that I left my books. But
Wait, not at the gas station. At home?
No, I left them at home.
Okay,
but I
good.
realized at the gas station.
Ah, shit.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
But we got the links to everything and stuff like that, and we can still talk about it.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Put up our books. Put up our books.
Thank you.
Put up our books.
Show them some of what I've done, please.
Yes.
Books them. So she has.
We have upgraded. We're now visual.
Yeah.
What? When he said, send me the links and the photos, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that.
Yeah. So the books are right now. You can go out right now and purchase all 3 books right now.
Yes, yes, 2
Amazon?
of them. They're part of a series, a mini series. So there's the first 2, and then I have I don't know if you're gonna show it again, but all the names and everything is listed on there, and I also have a journal that is out. And when you play that song "Stand Out," I was like, oh yeah, because the journal is called "Stand Out," the journal.
Yes.
And the title came from that song, but I think that the journal is very empowering. I have a lot of little prompts and stuff for people who don't necessarily want to pick up a book and just start writing. You can. And there's a few different questions, some self-assessments, different things like that. I feel like in the time right now, we really need to not necessarily just look to, because a lot of times you're told to go to therapy and do this, and you look to other people for a lot of support and help.
Move it forward a little bit. Just take it out your face. No, move it. No, this. Bring down the front part. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah.
What if I like the microphone in my face?
Right.
But the audience wants to see a nice, smile on these things. Yeah.
So, it's just another avenue to kind of help yourself, So there's that. The other 2 are part of a mini series that talks about like destructive love, and I had released the other 2 a little whiles back, and everybody kept asking for the rest of the series, and I got
they was juicy.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, they was juicy. But you know how life is. I got busy with hair, and my clientele picked up like drastically, and then I was doing my music. And I had already had everything pre-written and put down. I just needed to edit it and get it out and stuff like that. So now it's actually being edited and it's getting ready to drop.
There we go.
So yeah, so I want to, talk a little bit about make the first 2 fresh again, because the continuation is getting ready to drop. So I got a bunch of stuff.
I'm excited.
Well, great.
It's been a long time.
Great. So you're doing wonderful things, People are going to ask about, we'll get to the recording part, because a lot of people are going to ask about that. But you mentioned earlier about the topic of being growth, right? And in our mind, growth can mean a lot of things. What is the one topic you feel that people need to understand about growth right now?
I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a topic that they need to understand about growth. I would say that growth is like change. It's going to happen no matter what. So if you're sowing a seed into something that is not good, it will continue to grow. You will continue to hate more. You will continue to have more disdain.
Facts.
You will continue to go deeper into that situation or that energy, versus if you decide to do good. I do good for this one person and completely change their heart, and then they do good for 2 more people. Those 2 people do good for 4 people. So whatever you do, whatever you put your energy behind, that is what is going to grow. So we want to grow in terms of, positivity, because no matter how hardened somebody is, we all have desires and passions and things that we want for our life. And the only way to cultivate that is to make sure that that is what you're giving your energy to.
I agree.
Yes, Emmett.
You gotta put forth something to get something, but what are you putting forth?
Yeah, and that's what matters the most. What you're putting forth.
I agree.
Right.
I like that. Ooh, I'm about to
But
find
when
some
people hear about
juice.
growth, they think of just a few things. They talk about spiritual growth. They think about if you're a musician, musical growth, or are working in any kind of business you're doing, right? So you should
But
move forward.
they're putting the energy behind. You know, if you want to get into music, then you're gonna start doing that more. You're gonna start looking up things for that.
Yeah.
People do get stagnant
Yeah.
in different whatever thing that they're trying to work because they may not think it's moving fast enough. Weight loss, they may not see the weight dropping off. So even though they're thinking that their growth is stopped at this particular point, it just could be you need to work, you need to do it a little bit more, push a little bit more. In the hairdressing or the hairstylist that you do right now, do you push for new styles all the time? Do you push to learn new styles?
Wow. So I was talking about this conversation last week with one of my clients, and my client had lived in Atlanta too, and I lived in Atlanta. So, you know, that's where the bulk of my hair career was in Atlanta. And I owned a salon, and it was just totally different than, you know, my hair career now. And people will look at me now and be like, oh my God, you know, you're doing good. I want to do that. How can I, you know, and but where I am now versus where I was totally different. And, you know, in Atlanta, people will come sit down in your chair and just be like freestyle. Versus in Orlando, I've noticed that every client that I've had thus far comes to me with an image of something that already is and is like, can I get this? You know what I'm saying? So
You're saying Atlanta is more give us something fresh and Orlando
Original and Orlando's copy.
well, I mean, I wasn't
I'm
saying it
go-
like
I
that.
am
but
the
yes,
village.
but yes,
I
but yes,
don't
but
care.
yes, but I didn't use the analogy to necessarily go that way with it.
Gotcha,
I used the
gotcha,
analogy to say that you have some people that will naturally, you know, allow you to freestyle. They will,
Right.
they
Be
open up,
creative.
they open up that creative door for creativity to flow. When you have some people that are in a box and they're fine with being in a box, and so them being in a box is ultimately going to keep you in a box because you're
Okay.
doing the same stuff, you know.
Copy that.
So
that makes sense.
yeah. So I mean, that's a good example of stagnancy too, though, because if you want something but everything around you represents where you are, then it's going to be a lot harder to get to that point of what you want, you know, versus if you were putting yourself and surrounding yourself with things and people that are more conducive to where you're trying to get to. So whenever you're around something that is more than you or further along than you, you're always going to push yourself. It decreases the room for stagnancy.
I like that. You're always gonna push forward. I wish a lot of these
So,
artists would feel like that.
Are we
No,
think?
for real,
I wish a lot of
real,
these
for
artists
real,
would feel like
for
that
real,
because they
for
just
real.
stagnant as hell.
Well,
For real.
Sitting in swamp
But I think
water.
that's also because they're looking to other people to help push their career instead of realizing, hey, I didn't get the support and the help that I wanted here. Let me figure out how I can get it somewhere else. You know what
True.
I'm saying?
Okay, I would agree in that. That is something to leave outside, but it's to leave out the comfort zone. You're saying,
Yep.
Yes.
go somewhere else. And sometimes people are afraid of gambling somewhere else where they see success here in some ways. Why change that? You understand? Yeah. Do something. You're up on the dance, and you're doing everything. To go somewhere else now would mean that you have to basically start from scratch again to elevate,
But
and
then-
you'd have to then depend on your talent.
But then that would also mean that you like what better looks like, but you don't necessarily want better for yourself. Because if you wanted better, you would, if that was the desire and the passion of yours, then you would want to get that. And we're in a digital era now, so it's not like before where if I wanted to learn what you are teaching, I have to physically go to you. Now we can reach out to people that we never have to see, you know? So I think the ability to really grow is I wouldn't say easier because we're in hard times, but there's way more resources and things than we had, you know, before.
It is true.
I agree.
Now, to actually, we're going to shift to spiritual growth now. And people would say spiritual growth is more, are you closer to God? Do you have to understand God to be spiritual? Or understand that there's a God? Do you have to believe in that first?
Well, I think you can't say that you're spiritual and not believe in something, because a spirit is an energy, and believing in energy is everything. So regardless what you put your energy behind, that is still your God. So I mean, for me, it doesn't matter different religions or what people call God, as long as they believe in a God. You know what I'm saying? In a higher power, in a supreme power. The name doesn't matter to me, because even in the Bible, they tell you that God has many names. So I can't look to you and say, well, that's the wrong God, or we have different gods. We practice our religions differently, but you know, it's still religion and spirituality all the same. I just feel like religion has more of a stronghold and a, you know, binding box for people than if you were to say that I am a spiritual person or a spiritual being. But also the experiences is different, because you can be just as filled or touched or, you know, whatever, in terms of religion or in terms of spirituality. You can be just as deep in both, but your practices are different. So I feel like if you're a spiritual person, your relationship is going to be that much more intense, because you're opened up to it. You know what I'm saying? You're open up to those experiences, versus in a religion, you're taught that if you see this, or if you feel this, or if this happens to you, if you dream that, or if this, you know, all these things are wrong. Yeah. What do you think? Are you a religious person?
I do believe that in the higher power. Definitely, I do believe in that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm a religious practicer of the religion itself, you know, Christianity.
Right.
But I do definitely believe God, believe in Jesus. And if you read the others out there in the Quran and those type of things, really a lot of the ideas are the same. You know, and most of the religions do believe there is a God. They do believe in that. And something had to create people. Something had to create what's here now. So I definitely believe in that. You know.
What about you, Diana?
Me? Yeah.
That no sound.
No, but
yeah.
Again, we may all still believe in a supreme being, and we may, all three of us may call him different names.
True.
You know?
True.
So what else is okay, so we're gonna talk about relationship growth. Because you know, how does a relationship move with growth?
What do you mean, how does it move?
As in, I mean,
so
do you need that? Does it need growth to move forward?
Yeah,
because,
but growth isn't every single thing, because if we're in a relationship and it's just you and I, and then a year from now we end up having a child, that's growth. That's whether it's, you know, whatever direction you want to take it in, that's a whole new direction. So one direction on top of another direction, that's still growth. So you have to decide whether you want it to be positive growth, but it's gonna grow in any direction. If he starts off disrespectful, he's gonna be abusive. That's growth. It just depends on the direction.
Good or bad.
Yeah, it's gonna escalate.
True. Somebody mentioned where them can buy a book. I don't know if you.
So if you go to I was saying that earlier. If you go to Amazon.com, you can type in Tia Kamali, TIAKEMALI, and that's what the K stands for. Also, it means bearer of truth. Type in Tia Kamali on Amazon, and all of them should pop up.
Okay. What is the price for the books then?
All the prices are, I think the two ones that are part of miniseries are $12, and the journal is $28. But the journal's pretty thick, and it has, again, a lot of prompts in it and stuff like that. But it's well worth it. Once the third book comes out, then I'm probably gonna bundle the 3 until the rest of the trilogy comes out.
Gotcha. I didn't mean to cut on the relationship, so continue with that.
No.
What about you? Do you feel that growth in a relationship is something good? If a guy was not at the level that you want him at, you started dating a guy, you already know, say, yo, the looks is great, everything is good, but the level that you want him on is not good enough. Do you encourage that growth to get to your level? Or do you just say, yo, man, I can't change nobody, just leave it alone, and we'll just work going forward on other things?
My answer is in two parts. First part, you cannot lead a horse to water and make them drink. Second part, I'm going to work my ass off to be your partner and help you. But if I see you don't want to grow, I'm going to dig you up and put you in the burning bush. You don't need to be in my garden.
But remember, so you met him not on that level already.
I met him as a seed.
Right, okay.
I met him as a seed.
Okay. But
I
you just
fertilized, and I gave water to that seed in my garden. And the seed refused to grow. Day after day, I gave fertilizer and water. Day after day, I gave sunlight, shade. I kept the mouse away. I kept the crows away. You still a seed?
No,
It is now
true.
5 years in, and you're still a seed. And I've given you fertilizer, water, shelter, protection. It is time to dig you up from the roots and put you in the burning bush.
Okay. All right. There's a time limit on your...
No, there is no time limit. But again,
You just mentioned that
there's
time.
no, you're not growing.
Okay.
You're not growing. You don't want to grow.
How about you with that? Does it...
I mean, I'm there with her. I like how deep the analogy was. So.
I was watching a gardening show. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was watching this gardening show and it got real.
A gardening show?
HGTV is this black lady.
Wow.
Yeah, she don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Why not?
Girl,
It
you be
entertains.
sit at the seat.
No, I like to watch the tiny house shows where these people be trying to convert like 5-bedroom homes into like a little bus. Like this.
It's called soul gardening, and then she's giving you analogies with.
Oh
the,
yeah, I
bro.
gotta check it out though. I like interesting things.
God, she said that today, and I was like sitting on the floor, like I don't like this lady. Like, she's like
That's real talk.
What do you call it? Yolanda. What's the lady name?
Who, me?
Yala.
Oh. Ayanda.
Thank you.
Yes.
Of gardening.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out though.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow my own stuff because inflation is not getting me. Do you know how much is
for
a bag
real.
of potatoes?
For real, people got to start getting, especially people that live in apartments. We got to start getting together and meeting the neighbors and coming together with
vegetable
gardens and
garden.
stuff.
We had them in New
Now
York.
is not
I'm
the
bringing them
time.
back. No.
But my
got it.
answer to that question,
Yes.
I like that she said that for real, because that is one of my sides. It's like either you're going to get tired of that and you're going to end up moving on because you're going to see that in order for you to get to those levels, even if you're the one doing all the work trying to drag the baggage, in order to get to that level, you're still going to have to let that dead weight go. Or you would have to either accept that he's not willing to change and this is where you're going to be forever. That's your two options. You know, in order for you to grow, in order for you to get to where you want to go, you either have to be with someone that's moving that direction or you got to let that dead weight go.
But again, you're asking a single person.
Okay.
I am not in a relationship.
Okay.
So it
It's
could be
easier to
completely
say that.
different.
Yeah.
For somebody who is in a relationship with a man for 10 years, it's like, no, I'm not leaving my man for 10 years. We riding,
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
It's going to be different answers, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
But I
But
just-
again, that is also the acceptance side. Because she basically accepted
She has
this is what it is.
and she is great with it. And I give her much applause. A lot of women know what they want. They got what they want. F who have anything to say. If he ain't growing, it's my non-growing tree.
What did
you know what I mean?
What did that thing say? She said, that's my man and I'm sticking with him or something.
There you go. And hey, I give it much love.
Well, I'm big up to everybody with us logging right now. If you just logged in on the YouTube, Facebook, or Yard I Pray, you don't know we're talking to TIAK right now. Then
Yes,
we're talking about some relationship.
One of my lovely people in the live chat is so amazing. It really is. I kind of miss this. I do.
Yeah.
Yes! Tell her to come
I
back.
do, I do.
Tell her,
You
tell her,
guys
tell
are
her, bring
awesome.
her big booty back.
Yeah,
Guys
yeah.
are awesome.
Big booty Judy.
I don't know about big. I was big back in the day before actually girls started getting butt shots. Now my butt ain't big no more. They be like, girl, you so beautiful.
But
you
they
need a little
stuff
more
don't
butt.
move.
It don't. You right.
Ours jiggle.
I'm still winning
You know what
then.
my new song is now? You know what my new song is now?
But
You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Jigglypuff, jiggly. You gotta find that song. Jiggly. Don't mind my voice. I've been talking all day. I'm tired. I'm from work. Jiggly. And I've been watching Pokemon. Jigglypuff, jiggly. Sorry. If you find Jigglypuff, you's a bad man. Coming on saying I gotta find it.
I know Ting don't got
He
that
ain't gonna find
downloaded on
Jigglypuff.
laptop.
That's Pokemon. He don't know nothing about that.
No,
Pokemon.
never watched that minute.
Exactly.
No. I don't even have a trading. I don't even have a trading card. That's how bad it is.
But yeah, she's in the group chat. They said that's called settling. But yeah, it is settling. Accepting that it ain't gonna go nowhere. So it's settling. If you wanted to get married in 4 years and then he decides that he never wants to get married and 4 years come and go and then now it's going on the 5th year, you can't be mad at him that he didn't marry you in 4 years because you knew he never wanted to get married. So either you sit with him until you don't want to sit anymore and then go about your business and get married within your 4-year time frame, or you accept that it's never going to happen and you just stay.
I will never stop saying it. Mental illness is real. There's nothing wrong in a therapist. Ain't nothing wrong with therapists. I will never stop saying it. You feel some type of way, go talk to a therapist.
But why you feel it has to be a therapist? Do you not feel like family member can
Hear it out loud.
also?
Oh, family members can't hear you. Nope. Family
But
members
I
can't
think
help you.
that people look at it. People look at it differently too, because sometimes it's not that the man is abusive or cheating. Sometimes he's just lazy, or sometimes he just, I don't know. Like, is being a writer, like writing, all the time, and then I have my clients and stuff. Not that I ain't gonna never admit that I'm writing none of my clients' stories down or jotting them down.
We don't know what you're talking
But
about.
generalizing and some of the stories that I get to hear or whatever, it's kind of like, yeah, you should leave him, but well, maybe you should stay because y'all are kind of balancing, so every situation is different. And so I like to listen and not really give advice because I did my time in a toxic relationship. So, I did my time. I was locked up, but
Don't let me.
no, for real. But so, everything depends on the situation. But I would say that in terms of growth, like, you're never going to grow in a situation the way that you would want to. And you'll find that you may get a step closer to something that you want, and then you get knocked 2 more steps back because you're staying in a situation that is like having one foot stuck in bubble gum and you're trying to lift it off the ground, but the bubble gum, instead of it just popping or breaking, it's just stretching as far as you step.
That's nasty. Could you?
Yeah.
And you look at your foot, you got all that nasty.
Now let me say this: as you guys are speaking on the women's turn, right?
Yeah.
Do you not feel a little standard scenario where men are told to uprise the person with us, and women are, as you mentioned, are on a time schedule? Yeah, we can't do it too long. Like, men are supposed to lead and carry along the weight and move it along. And as soon as a woman said, "Yo, I'm try it 2 years, but not bother with it no more. I can't do that." Does it seem like a standard is set that man fit? Yo, just deal with it, brother. You're a woman that 20 years past and she not gonna wear, she not work, she can't cook clean, nothing. And you're supposed to just deal with it because you didn't move her forward.
First of all,
just ask it.
First of all, back in the day, people were being put together. There was no dating. Dating is a privilege because now we get to sit and meet and talk and interact with each other and get to know each other. People testing products before they get married, all kind of stuff. We have the ability to do all that stuff now. So there's no reason that it should be taking all this time, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, for you to decide that you done gave this woman all these kids, y'all live together, you're doing everything together, and you're not sure if you want to marry her, or you don't move in with her, but you're dating only her exclusively for 5 years, and she can't date anybody else or try to find her the husband that she wants, but you're playing with her time for all this time, and you can't decide whether you want to be with her? That is unfair. That's unfair. Back in the day, you wouldn't even know my name. Your dad would put us together and bam, we're married for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying? So
where that dowry at?
I feel like we make excuses for so many things. Like, when your energy meshes with somebody. Like, I feel like your soulmate is not even just like on a sexual type of relationship. Like, you can really click with a friend and that's like your person forever. Like, you can have a sexual partner or a person or a spouse or whatever, and you guys get along and everything else clicks, but that's not your communicator. That person doesn't, intimately understand your soul, but your person gets you. Like, I think that we take so many things and pull them out of context or make our own boxes for things instead of trying to understand what it is and what it means to me. How does it make me feel? Like, I think that if I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait 7 years for you, you better never leave me. Come here, I gotta find you. Yeah, right.
I like what Jen said. Jen said on the chat, the only person you have to settle with is yourself. She said growth is a must.
Yes, I definitely.
To what you have to say, I feel like a lot of trauma men have grown up in, they never got a chance to deal with.
Yes.
So then it becomes, I find somebody, I match with this person, now we have kids. Some men, I'm not saying all, I don't know what happens in the brain where the chemistry and the calculations go from, I'm going to keep her, but then I want something outside. I don't know where and this is a woman. I don't know. I feel like you guys fall out of love with yourself because you feel like you got to be this provider, da 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 da. And then when a man can't provide, then he feels like, oh, I'm inadequate in this. I got to make up for this or this. So then stress comes into play. Well, what's the stress reliever? Sex. Well, I don't want it from my woman from home. I want it from the gal out the road. And then everything becomes too much. Wherein all we were asking for was you just to love you. I ain't asked for all that craziness. I don't care if you a provider or not. My father was a carpenter. How did my mama bag a carpenter? We ain't gonna talk about that. But you get what I'm saying? Like, back in them days, it really wasn't that bad because they didn't have anything. So when he come into a lady and they doing whatever, nothing was looked for at that point in time. But now, y'all want you have to drive Benz. You have to make sure the order is way too tall. So y'all not gonna feel like y'all ain't doing nothing. I don't know if I was off subject. I feel like I was, but I don't know.
A little bit, but we'll get to where you're
Yeah,
I
it's
think
somewhere
that
there.
I'm with you with the part about, issues that they have within themselves. And I think also that's also because we teach a man that he got to be strong all the time while we the women were allowed to be emotional. We were allowed to cry. We were allowed to, do different things.
Man, y'all need to break down.
Not the boys. So
Cry.
they grow up kind of protecting themselves and callousing themselves from certain things. And then they close themselves off when it comes to relationships, but they want the companionship and they want to be in a relationship, but they don't necessarily open themselves up to do nothing. So I'm going to move in with you and I'm going to pretend that I'm going to give you everything that you want, but in reality, I don't trust
even want you.
In reality, so I think that they don't even necessarily, yes, of course, you want to always do the healing work and heal yourself. But I think that if some men would even open themselves up a little bit to just receiving love or looking for love in its truest
or just
form,
even healing,
they would be able to heal though, because bring your ass here, let me rub your head or something, like they don't even tap into the true nurturing of a woman.
Yeah, but what may I say is that a man can do all of that. What I know, a man, I'm saying we're naturally supposed to. What I'm saying is that whether we're doing it properly or not, it's not the situation. We're naturally supposed to want to elevate the person that we're dating, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that's how society looks at a man and say, hey, you're supposed to come in with these qualifications already. And then, what I'm saying is if the woman has those qualifications already and the man is lacking those qualifications, it's almost like we are a hinder in our life. We're looked at negatively. And if it don't work out, you saw I'm gonna take your dirty boy, and instead of saying, hey, you know what, it just didn't work, we're cast out.
Because those people are looking for something in return.
But as I say, right? I mean, everybody's looking for something, but I'm saying I think the general top idea is that man for have it already and provide it to the woman, then woman to have it already and provide it to the man.
I don't think so.
You know,
No, go to you.
I think that it depends on how you look at it, though, honestly. Because sometimes if people are dating for years and years and years and people are growing and things are changing and the economy is rising and stuff like that, she may have been able to pay her own rent a few years ago, and now it may be a little harder, so she may need your help. But guess what? Had you had married her a few years ago, now y'all will be putting into one pot.
Well, let's not worry about the marriage.
No, I'm just saying. So we
What if
talk
he did
about,
marry her?
we talking about helping the other person or trying to build up or better the other person
I'm saying,
and stuff.
you're right, but I'm
Their
saying
financial
that
situation.
you're looking at it from strictly time. As I said, you're talking about time. A woman is time where a man is not looking at time.
No, I'm just
as a
showing
scenario.
you that not even time, but yes, time. I'm
It's
just
always gonna
saying
come at the
that.
time
What
of the
I'm just
woman.
saying that a lot of the complaints of men, though, wouldn't be necessarily complaints if they learn that if you want this, this is what you must do.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm not listen then. I mean, when I hear me,
Oh, okay,
well,
yes.
We don't-
All right.
I don't
I'm
understand
gonna
your
give you a
question.
second.
May I say-
Go
may I say-
rephrase the question.
okay, may I say, I meet a woman right today.
Okay.
May I have all of these assets, all of these things that I can provide
Your
her.
assets matter.
Right? Well, I know.
Right.
I'm just saying I have it. I have it. Obviously, the first thing everybody look at is looks, right? So we're already past that. Know what I have. I have the assets. I have everything like that. I have the car. I have everything. What she wants. Okay, boom. Let's switch it now. I meet a girl. She don't have nothing. Oh no, sorry. A woman meets a guy. He has nothing. They both to know we have a man that has a woman that she has nothing, and a woman has a man that the man has nothing. At this particular time, they're moving forward in a relationship, right? If it don't work out between either party, the man can say to the man, I say, well, I had all this and you never elevate yourself to me. While the woman is going to look at the guy and says, look at me, that take care of him as a workless man, and a man feel disgraced.
But therein lies the issue. Why do people turn around and then be like, oh, I did this for you?
No, I'm asking a question. The question was, do you feel that's the norm?
No, it's not the norm.
Okay, it's not. All right.
That is definitely not the
So
norm.
you think more women are finding or willing to date a man that doesn't have that's not on their level?
Of course.
I think, yeah, definitely. But I think
Okay.
that honestly, the whole scenario comes about because people are dating unequally. Like, yes, you see the physical first.
Mm-hmm.
But if you allow the physical to hold you there through all the other red flags and signs that you're seeing, then you can't blame them in the end because you're part of the problem too. So if you
Agreed.
have certain things or you're trying to get a certain place or whatever, and you realize and recognize this person either don't have nothing or they're only around me for this or all they have is their good looks and blah, blah, blah. And that was in the beginning. And now 3-4 years later or 2 years later, y'all still together. That's on you too. Now you have to accept everything else that came with that because you was willing to overlook that. That same thing can't be the reason why you leave now. Like, pick something else. You knew he was broke when you got with him. So now you're mad that he's broke. Like, it's a difference between trying to wait on somebody to grow and recognizing in the beginning that they're not going to grow.
It's called ambition. You got it or you don't.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like if that's the right energy,
And ain't
you'll know when you'll
nobody
feel it.
mama neither. So nobody should be constantly having to remind someone. Yes, a loving reminder. How do you say? Criticism, but constructive criticism. That's awesome to give somebody constructive, but you're going to belliger them and beat them down every day, man or woman,
Now
vice
it's
versa, because
gaslighting.
nobody should go through that. If it's either you have the ambition or not, and why it took you so long to see that the person didn't have some ambition. Why? Because in yourself, you don't want to be lonely. There goes an issue. You, man or woman, need to heal your lonely issues. Hey, self-growth, like she was talking about. You going to sit in a stagnant pool of water and think it's going to turn crystal clear, or you going to get up and go walk into the other water that's clear? Ain't nobody sitting in poo-poo water. I'm just saying.
9 times out of 10, if you look at yourself, though, and you don't see no issues, but you have nothing but, I don't necessarily want to say failures, but failures behind you. This didn't work out, that didn't work out, this didn't work out. But you're blaming literally everybody else. Like, it can't be them. It has to be you. You have to do the healing work, and everybody has to be willing to really look within and see if there's something about themselves that they can change. I've done that many times, And there's some things that I know I probably still do need to change that, I'm like, we're going to push you off a little bit longer.
Yeah.
For that,
Are you
know
willing
what
to
I'm saying?
stop partying
So,
every weekend? Are you willing to just go
yeah,
to one party
hard. That
a
was
month?
hard.
Are you
Give up what I
willing
did.
to stop drinking? Are you willing to change? Then, I don't know.
Well, that goes back to the
You
goal.
gotta,
That go man
you
and
gotta
woman.
prioritize the things that you know you gotta end up taking away. So
Brody, and put them in order.
put them in order.
Good luck. I got through that already. Me done. Me all. I am now the anti-stage. Ha I am the rich auntie. Oh shit! I'm gonna be the rich auntie. Fucking shit. Oh,
Listen,
So I know we're gonna go down that rabbit hole for the rest of the night. We're not gonna do that the whole night. See it? We want to talk about some of your books that you have.
okay.
Right? We want to talk about some of your books, and I want you to give us some ideas. So we have one of the books is called "Through the Eyes of Love."
ooh.
Right? When did you do that book?
I did that book before I moved back to Florida. I was in Atlanta, so that was a few years ago. But that book talks about a young lady by the name of Tina, not to be confused with Tia. But that book was so funny because it was so controversial. Because when I first released that book, I had so many people that was mad at me because everybody saw themselves in that one character. And
When you say you're talking about family and friends, that was
family,
around you?
friends,
Okay.
clients, everybody saw themselves in this one particular character.
What is that? The name of that Best Man's Wedding, where he had the book and he put his friends in the book and.
Yes, but I didn't put anybody in the book.
Okay.
It's just,
You're sure?
These are also things.
You're sure?
No, I'm positive. These are also things that I've been through too. But I mean,
wanna
yes,
read
of course.
this book.
And everything is written in third person. So you know,
They're in the book. Yeah.
No.
But honestly, this one character, she is really on a journey for self-love, for identifying her strength. She was in toxic relationship, putting herself in bad situations and making the wrong decisions behind relationships and behind this particular guy that she meets and develops a soul tie with. And to what you were saying earlier with having childhood traumas, he had a lot of childhood traumas. She had childhood traumas, and they came together. And it didn't. When you know within yourself that you got things that you haven't dealt with, and you get with somebody that you know have things that they haven't dealt with, it's not necessarily that you two are gonna come together and heal if nobody's doing the work. It's like gonna be an explosion. It's like a volcano, and so it kind of shows you the path that her life goes, and she gets herself into some hard situations, and she meets a lady that ends up helping her, and then it kind of goes into the next book. Like, she literally lost her career, everything behind this man, and then she found refuge in someone who helped her. And then in the second book, A Deeper Love, got caught in the crossfires in the middle of the lady who helped her, in the middle of her marital issues and stuff like that. So it kind of talks about different scenarios. It doesn't only speak from the female perspective. The guy, gives a little bit of his insight too, and a little bit of his backstory. But it's pretty cool because I wrote it, I guess, more relative than I actually thought I did, which was why everybody was like, "This is me. Are you writing about me?" So it's a little bit.
People really actually came to you and said that.
No, for real. Like, my mama, I love her. My mama was one of my biggest supporters, my biggest fans. My aunt also. Blessings to both of them. But my mom was mad at me for like weeks because I couldn't tell her nothing. I'm like, Ma, I swear it was not you. She's like, it was me. And everybody thought it was them because of some of the things that she went through as a child. And the sad thing is that the trauma that she went through as a child is something that a lot of women go through. A lot of women are touched. A lot of women are molested, in childhood. And a lot of men are too, But the difference is, sometimes as women, we have the ability to talk about that. We have the ability to bring some light or get some form of justice for that, but a lot of times the men don't. Like, I had a client, and he don't live here, so ain't none of my clients gonna come to me for this. But I had a client, and he told me that the first time he ever had sex, he was 9 years old, and it was with his mother's friend. And whereas he's talking about it as if it's like, nah, I was 9 years old. What do you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
at the
trauma.
same time, right, that is trauma, and that is still rape, regardless of how he interpreted it. It was still something that was done to a child. And so everything is open to interpretation, but a lot of us have traumas. We may patch it up and cover it up and think, we package it as something else, but it's still something that has to be dealt with in order to get to where it is that you're trying to go. So I kind of highlight that in the book, and I like to write from a point of destructive love because it gives you the backstory and the build up to the repair. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of a lot of the fairy tale books that we read where, she finds the prince and they ride off into the sunset in the end of the book. Like, it's not always like that. Sometimes you have to be completely shattered and broken in order to find that beautiful piece.
I get that. And the floor is open, people. Air it off your chest. Whatever it is.
The phone lines are always open. Anybody want to call in and talk to Tia, she's available for consultation. It's $19.95. No one can call in and feel free for calling and talk to Tia. The phone number is up on the live right now. If I even ask Diana, she's not going to remember either.
Me?
What was it? 407-374.
Go ahead, boo.
Was it 98998?
It was look pop like 9891.
See, I was saying that. If they put the phone to their ear real good, they could have said 989.
Call in and talk to Tia.
Okay.
If you have any kind of issues right now.
But I love to talk though. I never charge for that. I love to talk.
Now, when you mentioned that things go through your life and that's why you write the books. Mm-hmm. The one that's forwarding out right now, what is the name of that one? Is that the one?
So I'm going to tell you the name as I get closer to it when I'm ready to drop it, only because I'm battling between two right now.
Okay.
Because all the books flow together, and I'm trying to do the progression of the names as the book kind of, and so I'm stuck between two. But I really don't want the help on this one because spiritually I really do. Like, I've been praying on it, and I want that to come to me. So I'm not going to release it yet, but I will as soon as I get that together and get it to at least the editing phase.
Girl, I need to know the balancing act, the multitasking. How are you surviving?
Well, I mean, it's not... Well, hair, for me, that's my money machine. Yeah. So I'm pumping that 6 days a week. But honestly, my mother...
Yes, you got a team.
My mom comes over to my house on the weekends, and she is always rearranging and moving my house around, whether I tell her where I want something or not, And we spent the weekend literally rearranging because she had got me... I literally got it one day. I had two desks, and I kind of have like an L shape or whatever, and my mom was like, I think... You need a glass desk. And I was like, yeah, I want to get a glass desk.
Right.
I'm the type of person where I put it in my mind and meditate on it. I find like 15 different glass desks every day. Yeah, every day I go back and I, take off one. My mother, not so much. She's looking, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So she ordered me one, got it to the house. We spent the whole weekend rearranging the whole house. And I had all these projects put down already, and the thing that I've been definitely working on is the digital side of my stuff with my products with the companies at Vadney Sky. I already do oils, cold press soap, stuff like that or whatever. So I'm going to get that out and online, but that's pretty much going to really take care of itself. So that's the good thing.
True.
But yeah, that's going to be vadneysky.com. I already got that, but the site is not published yet. I'm still working on adding all the products and everything. But my mom put the desk there, and like, she literally messed with my house for hours with me until she got the feng shui the way that she thought it should be. And she placed my desk in, and Ma, correct me if the comments if I'm wrong, to like, I think facing like the northeast side.
Oh, and nice. The money side.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So it's really motivating. Because I'm either working or I'm doing something on the computer. So, I've been really blessed that the ideas have been coming and flowing, and I'm hoping that,
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
For feng shui.
Definitely. And it's big because I'm sure who thinks about that? You set up your house in accordance
Yeah,
with
feng shui.
you,
What?
Ting?
I do not sleep with my.
I do to an extent,
ways
like
you
the
got-
facing of the door and the way the furniture is, but I haven't in terms of like
Gotta have
north,
green.
you know.
Gotta have wood. Gotta have gold.
Well, yeah,
gotta
so
have
so those
rock.
that
Yeah.
yes, but not necessarily in terms of like she was like, no, yeah, this is all wrong, you know, because I had everything kind of
like
against the walls
literally
and,
on
you
the
know?
app with the degrees, and I'm trying to go like this.
Yeah, no, for real. That was my mother. That was my mother this weekend. So that will be me moving forward. See growth, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
And honestly, that's why it's so important, because everything is based on the way that you live your life. Like, people follow you. No matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, people are going to follow you. If they see you do something and it works for you, if I see you stomp your bully in the face, and I know I have a bully, I'm like, man, I'm going to try that move. You know what I'm saying? So people are always, people are always watching everything that we do. So you got to be mindful of the things that you do. And if you are trying to grow and you do want to excel, then you got to do things that are conducive to that direction that you're trying to grow in life.
Absolutely.
Out of the, so far as 3 books on Amazon right now, which one took you the longest to write?
The one that took me the longest to write was the first one, Through the Eyes of Love.
Okay.
It took me the longest to write because I think I literally created the file in Microsoft Word when I lived in Georgia. This was years ago. And I literally just had the title, the tagline, and that was it for probably about a year. And I knew everything I wanted to say. I just didn't know how to say it. And
what made you think to even write a book?
Well, my auntie, you know, her and I were always talking, and she was always trying to get me to write a book. And I've always been like, for what? You know? But now I'm all for it. And to what she says and to what she's, you know, always instilled in me, like, everybody has at least one good book in them.
Yeah.
Like, life is lifing all the time. We go through so much.
Nice word, lifing.
Yes, we go through so much. We deal with trauma. We deal with joy. You know, like, everything that everybody goes through in life can be a testimony to somebody else. And you have people that'll sit there and wait to be out of the situation, and you know, they feel like that's when their testimony is. But your testimony is actually when you're dealing with things, when you're going through stuff, when it's hard, when you feel like you can't manage everything. That's your testimony, because when somebody else sees that you triumph through that, or even that you're still going through that, that's what's going to help them along. So yeah, my book took me a whole year before I actually even started it. And then once I started it, I actually finished the whole complete set, but I've kind of been stagnant and taking my time putting them out. But now I'm back
the order of the books then. What did release, and then what did you release?
So
you said the first one was Through the Eyes.
Through the Eyes of Love is the first one. A Deeper Love is the second one.
Okay.
And then Stand Out Journal is totally separate, but
Okay.
it is still talking about self-love. There's a lot of different prompts on that for evaluating yourself, prompts to help you really talk, to jot about your day, how you're feeling, goals that you want, future plans, all those different things. So, you know, and somebody, you know, my book's been doing a little something. They're not making me no big money. I'm not like
You're not a bestseller?
But they are great
But,
self-help.
you know, I have been getting
You're the
a lot
Pioneer's
of
bestseller.
good.
Can't say that.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
Damn right. We got authors around here.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and really and truly,
Yeah,
I
some
feel
people
like
has written-
everybody can be.
There's some people has contacted me and said, hey, I'm starting to write a book. Who can I recommend to read the book? Them send it to me. I'm said, Jaja. I'm gonna be sitting on read the book.
Oh no, I'm
still on chapter 1 most of the time. I've read chapter 1, but just can't. Not say it's not interesting. It's just to continue reading. Would you be willing to read people's book and see what they have going on? Criticize a book?
Honestly, I did used to do that in Atlanta. I did that. I did that for a company, and so I don't know if they want me to necessarily read their book, because I can do it. I am gonna grade and punctuate, but they also do, you know, based on the amount of pages and the book size and stuff like that, like pricing wise.
Okay, you're saying you're charging for that. You're just not gonna just read up.
I did it before, and I charged for it, and I work for a company. That's a lot of work, because you're literally going through and proofreading and editing. It'll be different if I can just read it and be like, hey, you got a bunch of grammatical errors in here.
No. They're not asking to correct any issue. They're saying here's the
Oh, they want
finished product.
feedback?
Oh, and just feedback.
When you read it, tell me if it's presentable.
Oh, no, yeah. I love reading,
Ooh, you
period.
gotta, yeah, I need to know
To give a
certain
review,
things.
that's different. I don't mind.
Okay.
It-
I don't mind. I read all the time.
What genre is it?
My iBooks thing is completely full. I have files. I have
most of the books I've seen has been about life stories. You know.
and that's where everybody has one good book in them comes from, because
Mark,
we
you don't
think
got no
that-
bestseller. Sit down.
people think that you have to master a specific skill in order to write about something, but we're all mastering life every day that we get up, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, see.
So right now, people, you can go on Amazon right now, type in TIAK Kamali. Sorry. Kamali.
Kemali.
And you can get a book. Right now, she's doing 3 books for individual prices.
And they're self-help. There are ways to unlock
Are they audible?
you. Okay.
They're not on
that
Audible,
would
but
be
they
nice.
are on Kindle. So you can
Nice.
get them on
Portable.
Okay.
Don't
yeah,
got
and
no.
then you
Can't
go
say
with it.
nothing.
Yes, you can go with it. Do people still buy the actual hardcover books?
I do.
Yeah, people still buy the books. People
I
still
need
buy
the
books.
book.
People still buy digital, yes, but I mean they're moving more to digital, but they still definitely buy books. Like
Especially if
you
it's a
have
good
some
book.
people like me, even if it's a novel, I have to highlight. I got a dog ear. I do all those different things. So it's like I have books that I have a lot of books that I read on my phone, and that's probably where most of my storage goes. But I love a good paperback or hard copy too, because then I get to do my notations. I get to, oh yeah, girl, I went through
I'm
this
a
in
bookshelf
'98. I went
person,
through, you
so
know what
I
I'm saying?
like.
Well, here we go though,
book.
because I see somebody said they need you. So Mark,
They need you to.
Mark, that means you go forward one day. You go buy the 3 books.
Y'all gonna buy the tree book
You
then.
have to buy the
Right.
book. Once you
Okay.
buy the book, all 3 of them, you can then, yes, she will definitely sign it.
All
We can make it happen for you, brother.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Buy them, I'm Equinor.
Yeah, buy them,
Okay.
carry them in front of it. We'll call
Right.
her, she forward and sign it.
But
On
you
a
have to
Monday night.
buy all
Yeah,
three.
don't bother buy.
Okay.
Don't bother just buy the cover.
He don't have to buy all 3. He can
Of
buy
course.
any 3.
Him said 3. Him said sign all 3.
That's
So that means
yes.
you buy
Well,
all
all right.
3.
Well, I ain't gonna discourage you. Yes, buy all 3.
Yeah.
All right.
But I do want to also put that out there. If you can't get all of them, start with one. You know, buy the first one and then buy the second and buy the. You know, I ain't trying to tell everybody you got to buy all my stuff. I would love it though. But I definitely also want to big up everybody that's been rocking with me from the very, 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 very beginning. I got a homie down in the Keys, Sheldon, Froggy, Bring a Fire.
Hey.
My dude, I ain't gonna say no name. My sisters, my mom, everybody, my support, because, and especially Ting, even though I'm on the show already, but a lot of the people that, and also one thing that I was watching on the video the other day stand out. As a matter of fact, that like as soon as it comes on, Tiff is right there, Diana's right there, like. I still remember that day, and you know, a lot of things was happening, and
We had fun.
just like you said, I'm always on 50 million things, and I'm like, oh my God, Ting, I don't think it's gonna work out, and we all made it work
Yep,
out, and
we
that was
sure
amazing.
did.
So I just want to, you know, big up everybody that has been there on my journey with me, and send them love and blessings on their journey, because everybody's intertwined in some type of way, and. You know, I feel blessed. Even when I step back in the door, I'm like, dang, I ain't been in a
That
minute.
it misses you.
Yeah.
You need to come on home and stop playing around.
Thank you.
It's one Monday. One.
Yeah, but you know, say you forward anytime. And the door is always open. Can't never lock. Always open. Always open. All right, let's.
Oh, Marky said I'll buy anything she's selling. Oh,
Yes,
Thank you. That's amazing. I'm only selling products, digital and,
Get that
and
book.
books.
get that book.
I see something online where a guy was buying an tablet or maybe it was an iPad or something. And him say, yo, look what I'm buying. And I buy, and it was the front of the case. So they
Jaja.
flip it over and never.
Jaja. Jaja.
So when you buy the book, people, you understand, make sure there's some pages in it. Don't just buy anything. Make sure pages that there. Go to the authorized. It's only Amazon is selling on?
Yes, they are. They're actually my books are in a bookstore in Atlanta, in South Georgia, but it's called Half Price Bookstore. It's a bookstore up there. But to everybody else that is not there, then yes, Amazon.
Yeah, all right. Bye.
I'm gonna get back on it. I was doing a lot of book readings and tours and everything like that, and I've got I got kind of hung up in the music, but now even with the music, I'm like I want to be outside of Orlando. I want to do things outside of Orlando, so I want to get back into doing that because I like to network. I like to talk. Clearly you can see I like to talk, but
yes.
But I like these things. I miss the interaction. I like the interaction. Sometimes you got to go in your cocoon and cleanse all of your energy and come back out, spread a little love, go back in, recharge.
Tell him Mark is asking, what's the name of all 3 books?
The first book is Through the Eyes of Love. The second one is A Deeper Love, and the journal is Standout Journal. But if you go on Amazon, you can just type my name in, TIAKEMALI, and they should all pop up.
All right. See them, Mark, you can't say we don't tell you how to do these things. I understand. People were here for you when you put in the comments. One brother who's the dude? Why hide him? Yeah, we're not talking about that.
I'm not hiding. I'm just not publicizing. I'm not married, so if you're not married...
All I'm talking about, you come here and say, what am I talking about? Because nobody in here.
I'm not married, so if you're not married...
Oh, so girl, you got tea?
It's not a matter of hiding. No, I'm just unmarried.
Oh, okay.
He's saying, who's my dude? Why hide him? He's with you. I'm just saying I'm not hiding him, but I'm not married, so I'm not,
Yeah, like, that's like saying to you, sir, why do you go home to her, but we just saw you come out of her house? Why you go home to her, but we just saw you come out of her house, sir?
Remember, Diane says she's the villain nowadays. She's the villain.
When the Semi's a villain pan.
No, I'm laughing because she said that she was getting the analogies from that lady earlier, and I'm like, boy, she full of analogies tonight.
Yeah, man, come just want to know. If you want to know why the lady, she explains that she not married, right? Why, sir, do you go home to that lady, but you just left that lady's house? I'm just saying.
We don't know about that. That's all some fix up. But and I don't mean like I'm not married, so I'm gonna be out there doing whatever, dating whatever. I am dating only one person, but I mean I'm not married in the point of like
if he fuck up, he out. Yeah, ain't no ring on it.
How it's supposed to be is when you're married, this is your person. Now we married, divorced, married, divorced. I'm divorced, but when my next time around, I want my next time around to be right. I want, then I'll post you all day, any day. It's me and you.
I got divorced once. That was it. Everybody gets screwed.
You're divorcees.
No, I'm not. I will never swing that block again.
That's what I said. You're divorcees over here.
We are divorced.
I would never swing that block
again. But you was a divorce. You're a divorcee.
Heck yeah.
Okay, then not me.
Well, I got my badge.
Okay.
I am a divorcee, but I didn't have.
So I'm gonna switch. We're gonna talk about some music for a moment here. And I had an intro to play. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Can't believe somebody ever played my intro when I was introducing it. So let me play my intro, and I'm gonna introduce Tia again. In case you just log in right now, we've been talking to TIAK.
He must have found something that he must have been.
I had it. Yo, Mr. Abby to the.
He said he gonna play it regardless. Okay.
We've had Tia. The last time Tia was here, she had her friend Royalty was here, and she was just there, right? As but now we're actually talking to Tia. The first time she fought on the show was maybe 5 or so years ago. First time she fought on the show, right? So she's here again as to be interviewed. So I'm for forward in and play this song. Here we go.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
Seriously?
To that same old place that you laughed about.
Stop it. Really?
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around.
You grow what it?
Those dreams have
growth wise, huh?
turned around.
I will take it. I accept it.
Stop it.
Seriously?
That's why my body not clashing on. That's why my body not. Yo, I know these things. Anyways, Let's switch over to music for a
Man
moment.
said, welcome back.
Yeah, 5 years now. Shall talk again 5 years later.
Widower, no,
COVID
I ain't
pass,
kill him.
Come on now.
one
I
bag
ain't
of
kill
sitting.
him. Hold on. Hold on. I got a friend in the chat. Let me tell you what happened, right? We was in Killeen, Texas, and he was supposed to go off to the military. So I heard him and his friend making a plan how they was gonna get in an accident so they ain't had to go. So I just squared up and told his commander what he was about to go do. And the commander said, oh, he gonna do? I said, yeah. Me and his wife, the other friend, we had plans, bitch. You going to Iraq because I need this bread. So once we told the commander that, the commander shipped him out the same freaking day. I would have been a widow, but he ain't passed away in the army. So
Stop it! Stop it! Calm down! Stop it! Stop it! Calm down!
All right. In the 5 years.
he asked.
All right.
He asked. He said widow, maybe.
Okay.
I had to tell him.
All right. Yeah. So tell us what since they had the clash, the female clash.
Oh yeah.
You right now you have Drake, Rick Ross. You have
Jesus.
you have Chris
Quavo
Brown,
and-
Quavo. You have clashing going on right now. Do you think music is pushing for that right now, or is it just that time where people are angry right now and they just want to put it out in music? You think it's the labels are saying, listen, we need to do something, stir up something, or you think it's actually the artist?
Look at all the stuff we got going on in the background in the industry right now that's being publicized. I definitely think that they're gonna, push the agenda to camouflage or to put a little veil over a lot of that stuff. So yeah, people's gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta watch this clash, and not necessarily paying attention to everything else that's already came to light. So, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hard because I'm a sucker for a good clash. I do like a good clash. There's a difference now between these clashes and the ones back in the day because it's not really necessarily about the music. It's more about violence now than it was back then. But I mean, I still like to hear the lyricism.
So who's winning the Quavo Chris Brown clash? Have you heard the 3 songs so far?
I haven't heard all 3, but I'm not gonna lie. I have always thought that Chris Brown was a very kind of slept on artist. Not slept on to where people don't acknowledge that, he's a decent artist or whatever. But I mean, of course, everybody's always gonna talk about the woman beating side, and that's gonna downplay, what it is that he does. But he's a very creative person, and I think that he has already shown us that he could tap into so many different things and, make it sound good. And honestly, I don't think I would have ever thought of him being in the clash, but I think he's holding his own.
What you said, Diane? Who's winning that clash?
Oh, Chris is definitely winning.
Have you heard all 3 songs?
All 3 songs. Yeah. Chris is coming from a place of anger, but I just couldn't believe that this clash really just start over crotches. But hey, I mean,
Most of them do. A lot of them do.
I ain't know it was like that. Dang. Go ahead, Karuchi. But what really blew my mind is when Quavo had a concert in LA and no one showed up. That was crazy. Mind you, you got a stadium. How badly are you losing in this clash that no one comes?
But also,
well, barely people.
But
came.
also, he decided to have a show where Chris Brown's from out there. Quavo's not from out there. His crowd is not necessarily out there. So he was taking a risk by going out there during these times, anyways.
Sad.
No, as a selector, if an artist this year, so I guess Chris Brown is saying that his initial song is so great, him not have to do another one, right? Which it was good.
It was good.
It was good. I'm not gonna say, and that definitely wasn't wrong one, but he did come up with another. Quavo did release 2 songs.
Yes.
And he only has 1 so far. That in our idea, we are saying, all right, if you're taking it that you won with the first song, because remember when Stefan
Chris didn't win with that first song.
When Stefan and Jada clash, everybody say, yo, Jada won the first song. Hands down, they said, yo, the clash should have done. But they continued for the fans' sake, for lyrics' sake, for this and that sake, because we appreciate a clash. So him do the second song, brother Quavo answer right away, Okay, so where's Chris Brown's answer?
As I said, his feelings Clash.
But I would say this too though. When it was Stefan and Jada, neither one of them stuck to what they saying because every time somebody did a round, it was like, "Oh, this is it, haha, murder."
Before we get off the subject, did you guys hear? Did you guys hear about Stefflon Don and her brother?
Hold on, we can't get.
Hold on. Because the sex trafficking charges that have just been brought up are wild.
You can bring it up.
Jada, ding. Sorry.
Let's talk about we're talking about the Chris Brown clash.
Jada won.
So I say that to say that if he said that after this one he don't need another one because he basically bodied it in the first one, then he got to stay his ground and not do another one. Because if you do another one, then just like you said with the Stefflon and Jada, you can win one round, lose the next or whatever. So I feel like that's probably why he didn't respond yet, because he making everybody. If he do respond, he making you wait it out because he already said, "This is it. I don't need no more."
Everybody said that. That's part of how things go. Oh, my song that's bad. And
everybody does say that.
everybody
Nobody
does say
stand their
that.
ground. But at the same time, like
Because
she
the
said, his lyrics came from a place of anger. I'm not trying to hold his past over his head or not, because Rihanna may be a wild one. Her songs say it. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But we've already seen the depiction of him when he gets angry. So at the end of the day, if that's what he fueled from, he's definitely a person that can stand his ground. If he said he gonna talk to you for 10 days, I guarantee you it's gonna be 10 days. If he said he not putting out another Clash song, I guarantee you if he do, you're gonna have to wait on it.
Yeah, but it'll fizz out before he even.
Yeah, man. But right now it kind of died down big time.
Because he was just mad about Chris found out that the man are joking girl and on a pillow talk. So you just threw a song out there because you was mad. Now Quavo comes back with, come on, Chris. No. Oh,
but most of the industry people, it's not a lot of industry people that date regular people. They may screw regular people, but a lot of them date people within their same industry. So you gotta know, if you done hit this chick, she probably done, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a given. Mommy.
Really?
That's a joke. I'm a Jamaican mama, okay?
Really?
I am a Jamaican African mama.
Right, okay.
We use chanclas, okay?
Mark, big up yourself, Mark. All right. Anyways, that's going on in the industry. What vibes is music giving you right now? Yeah. The vibes of the music right now. What do you feel of the vibes of the songs?
I don't know really how to answer that question, because honestly, if you turn on my SoundCloud, if you turn on my Apple Music, I mean, my songs are mixed in there too, of course. But most of my playlists is either Afro beats or like culture, lovers rock. Like, that's it for me right now. I'm not even, the only dance hall I get would be if I show face in an event or something. Like, I went to Lemon Drop and that was nice. You know, like those type of events. But honestly, for the vibration that I've been trying to be on and I've been resonating with, like, I don't want to hear certain things. So yeah. I be hearing bits and pieces and everything, because I definitely love to follow and be a part of what I see online. I observe everything, not necessarily taking it all in, but I'm still hip and abreast to everything that's going on right now and everything. It's just that when it's me and my personal time and what I'm taking in, I haven't really been listening to none of that.
Oh yeah, once I leave dance hall, that's not playing in my house. You crazy? Yeah. I'll play techno. I'll play soul.
So you're saying the vibration of the music right now is not what you want?
Oh God, that can't come in my house.
Everything is matic. This by gun.
That can't come in my house.
No.
No, I need some Bob. I need not even Bob. You know what I found was really wicked? Brazilian music. What the heck in the world? Colombian? I can't understand what they're saying, but wicked vibe. Wicked vibe. Wicked.
It's almost their music is like made for lovers too. That's why they the way the hips move and,
you just want to sit on the beach with a big dress.
The people on the chat line right now, what music are you listening to right now? Are you're enjoying today's songs?
Yep.
Do you want to hear the 90s? Everybody gonna, but be honest. What are you listening to right now? In your playlist, is it majority old school or new generation? Just say all our new generation.
And I'm just so happy when I do go out to like these 1 and 2 events. Again, Ting has made me realize I hear a lot. So I become desensitized to when people play. And that's not cool because that person can be up there doing their damn hardest. But because I will get in the mood where I'm just like, this is some bull, I'm going home, it's boring because I'm here it already. So I'm happy when I go out to dance now, it's like I hear a CD. So I don't really.
Seriously.
I'm happy that I hear CD in the dance hall because
it's easier to disassociate. Yeah.
Yo, and when I go home and close my front door, I will not. You won't hear that.
Ma, me never said, me want to hear what? Old or new? Me don't want to hear.
Old and new.
No, that can't work. Old or new? Which one of them?
I stick with the old. I'm
I just personally like to hear that. I want to hear something new.
My dad had a Bob Marley old record as a ska. And I'm like, Bob did ska? And I found the record playing, and you hear the shk, shk in the record. I was just like, wow. Yes. It sounded so good. Yeah. Vinyl?
No, for real.
I'm going back vinyl. I'm clearing out all these records.
My grandmother has so many vinyls in this old wood built-in casing that goes literally from wall to wall. And when they moved, she literally had it shipped from up north all the way down here and had it for all these years. And I thought it was just like kind of like a built-in counter the whole time and didn't really know the capabilities of it where the top comes up and the record player and listen. But it is something about vinyl, for real. And it's crazy because when you're younger, you know, you have access to all that stuff. It's
were
not
growing up on
special
component
per
sets.
se, but now, you know, now all that stuff is like antique, really. But then you see like Urban Outfitters and those other little places that are selling,
and that's where I got my record player.
Yes, from. And
that's
then
where I got my record player.
And you throw a little a vinyl in there, you're like, wait a minute,
that vinyl
like
sounded
take
so
me
sweet.
back to then.
A few weeks ago, they had an actual event up in New York. It was a VP event where they were saying that selectors, if you forward to play that night, you had to play records. So dub plate, literal
it
dub
sounded
plate.
so nice.
So I think that, you know, that idea
you have to come
of records, it probably going forward back around again.
Weird?
Because I think it's just going to reach to that level where people just want that love again of records.
So without calling any names, if you had to put on a dance right now and the DJs that played had to be able to play vinyl, how many, like number-wise, how many Orlando DJs do you think could play?
Record?
Yeah. You ain't got to call no names. Just give me an overall number.
Maybe I can't get about 4. Maybe I can't get about 4. About 4.
That's not bad. I was thinking maybe 2 or 3, but 4. That's
from here. Who can play vinyl?
4 can still put a nice show on. Yeah, who can play vinyl? What number would you give? How many DJs? Some of them probably, you know.
I honestly,
I go say 4. 4 seems like
GT and Ting. That's where it would.
See,
stop.
I was about 2 and 3.
It would stop right there.
I don't really know fair fact, but I said 4. There's a lot of DJs now. Remember, most of them have branched off and become a laptop DJ, but they originally was playing records.
We're vinyl DJs.
Yeah.
That don't mean they still.
No, it depends on do you
access
still
to
have
them,
it, right?
though.
Do you still have your vinyl?
Correct. Do you still have the vinyl?
Do you still have that? So I don't know.
Do you still touch them,
about 4.
use them, spin them?
But that's about 4.
My uncle had I think the name is Kingston, and when you turn on the component set, everything lit up green.
Somebody said 3.
Me say
3,
boom,
yeah.
miss component, cha-cha.
Yeah, I would say about 2 to 3. But for real, it's something about having access to.
Jen said lovers rock.
Having access to that, like I almost feel like I'm a librarian, a guarder of.
Yeah, put on your glasses so we can see the librarian.
What?
Man, I
need to put my glasses on so I can stop knocking this thing.
I am at the point.
These glasses people wear. They have the strings
Cha-cha.
on it.
First of all, I like my glasses that have the string on them. There's
The
nothing wrong with the
string. You ever
string.
see about the string?
I
there?
have string on my
I'm a
glasses.
hairdresser.
Because when it dropped down, I
yeah.
don't want it to fall on the desk. So yes, glasses
There's
have
nothing
a
wrong with the string. See, you thinking of.
and it's gold. It's pretty too. Move up.
Exactly.
Let's ask the intern. When you get older, would you wear
It's
glasses?
not older, it's
Answer
fashion.
our question. Would you wear the glasses with the strings on it?
They have some really nice string.
That's the librarian look.
They have some with
fashion,
crystals.
and they got
They have
yes,
all
did you
different
see the
type of
crystal
things.
one?
So why you don't?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
why
want
don't
the
you have them?
crystal. I
Done?
want the copper
Why don't
one.
you wear them now?
Yeah.
What? It's cute and it like it got jewelry on it. You don't know nothing about. It's the glasses.
The older you get, the more you care about convenience and comfort.
Yes, because trust me, sitting at that computer and then you
I'm
swing your
telling
head
you.
and your glasses fly
People
up.
be like, "Why you wear fanny pack all the time?" And I'm
Listen.
kind of getting out of it now. I'm
I
kind
don't
of getting
do
out of
purse.
it now.
I
But I
don't-
love it because I
do
not
purse.
like purses. Like I don't. You guys don't understand. You're not carrying it all night. The ones with the string that tear out right here, and you already have a bra on that is already cutting off your arm circulation.
know.
And then now you put weight on top of that.
And you know what? It's not even that. Growing up in the era of purse snatching,
Yeah.
and my granny was a victim of that, I just didn't do it. I always feared my bag getting stuck in the
Yeah.
train door. Never did it. I had a book bag on my pockets.
I just like the comfort. I grew up with a sister that and shout out to my sister because she has a show right now on Afro TV and she's doing her thing. But you know, I ain't gonna call her names, but now that I said that, you can figure it out. But out of my many sisters, I had one as beautiful as she is, that she was the one that would lose a car key every week, would lose the bag, would
And I
do
bet you that fanny pack would've
everything.
came
And
in
so, yeah, the fanny pack came in handy with me because she would be like, "Can I get somebody your bag real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's over there by the blah, blah, blah." And she'd be like, "All right." And then she'll go get what she need, come back and everything. An hour later, I'm like, "Dang, did you see my bag?" "Oh, I don't remember where it was." Like, many times. Like, that's my baby. But, you know, I was like, you know, I got to figure out how I can kind of avoid that. Like, because my mom, if something would get lost, we would both get cussed out. We would both get butt whoopings and stuff like that. So I had to, you know, kind of make it make sense.
She's
So
like,
now
"I'm
I have
not getting in
everything
trouble
for
because
me,
of you."
for you, for everybody on here in my fanny. Like,
Do you
let
know
me
what
get
a
it. I got the
camo
car
pack
keys.
is? Because I have one of those.
A what?
Camo. You put water in it. Yeah.
Like a book bag?
Yes, ma'am. And it goes on my back. And it has a long straw that
You have
comes
one
out
of them
the
there
front.
too.
It had a straw that
And a
come
fanny
on-
pack.
Yes.
Me never
Listen,
see the
I'm an
fanny-
ex-military wife. We
me
have
never-
all the
hold on,
military
me never
gear.
see. Me never see the fanny pack yet.
It
No, I'm
looks
just saying.
like a
I've
fanny
never
pack,
seen.
but it's for your back.
Me just say. Me never see the fanny pack yet. Me see her.
You
one
a
every-
lying out of Craig.
When?
I wear enough fanny pack.
Well, going
I
out.
bought 10 of them.
Going out.
Yes, I do. Because I don't wear
Now
purse.
maybe round at the bar. Maybe.
No,
yeah.
I wear just my fanny pack.
All right.
My fanny pack don't leave
But
me.
people, let me switch because we have 10 minutes
Team
left.
fanny.
Yes, and I
know
am tired,
You
people.
have a whole heap of things to talk about. See? People in Orlando dance have changed. You don't have to start come out early.
Yo,
I'm gonna start
no,
telling the
for
family.
real.
You have to
Yes.
start forward out early.
There is no more
Yeah.
past 2. That
Well,
dead.
I'm not gonna say it's not going to happen. I'm
You
just
ain't
saying
getting no
let
alcohol.
us try to move so that we forward out a little bit early.
Now, if it happens, it's only gonna happen for a period of time because if you pay attention to everything that's been happening, they may find another places after hours, and in some kind of
No,
way,
they
that's
gotta
not gonna
come
last
out
long. So-
early.
I'm only
Exactly.
asking-
What is the issue?
If they came out early, nothing else would matter because by the time, you know, come on. You still get the same amount of
Let's
time
start
to enjoy
forwarding
yourself.
out early. We love.
But what is the
all
issue?
we love-
10 o'clock is a bad time to go out to an event?
Let me tell you the problem. It's the promoter. It forward from the.
How
hold on
is
now.
10 o'clock a bad time to
let
go
me
out,
explain.
though?
But a lot of times,
Let me explain the
All
man.
right, go ahead.
Let me explain the problem.
Yes.
The promoter puts on the flyer from 10 to a certain time. They put on the flyer, let's say 5 till 12. Right? 5 to 12.
But they don't open their doors till 10.
They no, they open about 6 of them. Open at 6.
Yes.
The people them don't forward out. And they say, well, me say 12, but we can't go till 3.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
So the next time that same promoter put 5 to 12, nobody now go. They'll go at 12 because we know say can't go late. You see, then they lock it off at 12 and just take the loss. And say, every promoter, please follow my lead. I'm going to take the loss, yes, for everybody going forward. Right? And our promoters said, all right, you know what? We're going to try. Let's say we could have got till 1, but we'll go to 12:30. And then the next one said, all right, we can't go till 12:30, but we could go till 12. And the next one start cut down the time. It will eventually, people will have no choice because the party got done. But because the promoter said, boy, the party ram, and once somebody come in and say, brother, make it go till 4 now. And him say, yeah, man. Yo, make a pay for the next hour. So now it start go till 4. So if you would there from 12 o'clock, I got it. Yeah, I say, boy.
But I think
And it just continue like that till it reach which spot it reach now.
But I think the difference is back in the day, you have more people that was kind of coming together and doing events, so they got to do bigger events and things like that.
So
now
people
you
came
have
out
people
early.
who can't necessarily. I don't have no name to
The
call.
ladies
not
free
singling
before
nobody out,
10,
but
trust me, that don't even work.
Yeah, you got a lot of people that you can
But
tell
they
that they
don't
can't necessarily afford to do the
What for?
party, but they want to get a money from it, and so their money is contingent upon how that night goes. So they can't afford to close their doors at 12. They gotta,
Run
But
it
why
till- run it till
depend
4
on
o'clock.
an event? Why depend on one event?
No, you
to
really
make everything
shouldn't,
work?
because something is
Exactly.
gonna lose. You're gonna either have not enough liquor or not be able to pay enough security guard or not. Something's
Put
gonna take a
ladies
L,
free
but-
before. That not gonna work, brother. 'cause
That's
nobody
why I
not
told
go.
Mark
10
they
o'clock not
did
gonna
that
work. Mark,
already.
you either.
Ladies free
Mark,
before
But-
10,
Go ahead
and
then.
it didn't
But you know why?
work.
That don't work though. Because even if it's ladies free before 10, a lot of those ladies are either gonna want to go out with their guy or they're not gonna want to get there until guys get there because they don't want to buy drinks. There's a lot of women
I
that
don't know. I get to events early. I
love
to get to
going
events
early. That's
The
when you
early
really catch
one?
the foundation. Yes,
Cool.
there you go.
Oh.
Yep.
The
Yes.
music before the event is the event for me.
Yeah.
I will, and then as soon as like 1, 2 o'clock hit, that's my time to go. Because at that point, the music
First-
done turn over to something we don't want to hear.
Una now reach out the 10 o'clock.
Who?
Ooh.
Una now reach the 10
Me?
I
o'clock.
might not
What
reach
co-
at
I
10. I'm not
work
going as
for
soon
these
as
at half
the
of
door
these
opens,
events.
but I definitely
Yeah,
go
working
early.
different.
And no, even if it's not a working thing,
what-
I will always
When the
be
last
to an
time- when the
event.
last? Tell me the last one.
Powerline, Spring Fete.
Those
I was
are
there
early
early.
events. Those are going to be early events. We're talking about hour something, brother.
The
No matter- yeah.
hold on. You were there. It was at Crystal. And you played for a little bit. Jesus. Code. I was there at 11, 12ish.
Reggie, all right, but you said
That's
10. You
early.
said 10. You said 10. I was saying
11.
I reached it. What does
People,
that say?
dance hall people come at 11. Dance hall people
You know
come
what
at
about
12.
you say you? You're
Dance hall
making the
people come at
exception that
11?
you do it.
Dance hall people
Nobody
come at
does it.
12?
What may I say? Because we just know what we know it go.
They should, though.
But we're saying you should, and we're saying promoters, please make an effort. Go ahead and lock it off. And if you can't go till 3, fine. But nobody say, boy, I'm going to try, and it continues, and the next dance is 4 o'clock. So right now, Crystal, I said 2 o'clock if you're done, right?
Yeah.
With our announcement. I'm going to go try 2:30, right? Okay, fine.
Jeez.
But don't make it go till 3 now. Don't make it go till... You lock it off,
You know
Reggie.
what's gonna make all of this stuff? It's them citation and when they land up underneath them ass.
But that's what's happening, though,
That's
because
what-
because
that's what's
even
gonna
though
make these people come up.
right, even though
You ain't
people
got
are
nowhere to
getting-
go.
even though they're getting cited, even though they're getting shut down, they're just finding another place to do the same stuff. They're not learning anything from it, or hey, let me try to go get this license, or let me try to go do that, or let me partner with this person so now I can actually have enough of, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening.
Well,
the citations is piling up.
Him say, give them a late party. Them said them need it earlier. Give them an early party. They asked for it to be later. Better yet, after party, make it make sense.
Well, the after party this Thursday night, the event don't start at a certain time. And they got done the Sean Park, but
Correct.
it done at 2 o'clock.
Champagne
Right,
done at 2
No,
o'clock.
the after party is done at 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. That's
Legends
done.
is gonna be done
Legends
at
got
2.
done 2 o'clock. You already know that's
Okay.
there. That's
Okay,
an international
yeah.
drive. That now go past that.
Nope.
Is it? Don't have to understand. All little party that we have the little rare this and that. We try to
Garrison.
push it. We try to push it still. And we totally understand the reason why we want to try it. But we are saying if we can if we not, don't make
Why
it
do
go
people
over
them
3.
come out early to rum jungle
Don't
and
make
can't
it.
come out early
Don't
to
make it go
Garrison?
till 3 hours past the time, brother. You said that you got done at 12 o'clock.
But
At least-
why the people them can go around jungle and
Because
let
it
them
done
early
on
and
time. Them now
Garrison
they
late?
not continue.
Time.
You know you want me tell you, say it now go long. From them put that time it done.
But do you know there's other states where you can go to party in the Caribbean scene, and when it says it's done at 12 o'clock, that is it. Like the
Yeah.
city shuts it off.
Right.
That is it. And they still go out at a decent time and enjoy themselves and have time and
Mr.
have
P.
fun. So I mean, it depends on the people though.
Paul, big up
Oh,
yourself.
my thing is over there. Yes, but I definitely enjoyed tonight. Thank you guys very, very much.
You're welcome.
So tell them
Very
again how them can
much.
if they're trying to
True.
get a hold of you to
So-
read their books or whatever. And
So anybody that's trying to get my books, you can definitely find them on Amazon.com, Through the Eyes of Love, A Deeper Love, and Stand Out Journal. You can also go to Amazon, just type in Tia Kamali, Kemali, and they shall pop up. You can go to my Instagram at SEWTIA_Tia Music. My hair page is at Twisted by Tia. And once you go to either one of those two pages, you can literally find anything else about me.
And remember, she has 3 books right now on Amazon. You can purchase them. She have her music them on the social media. You can buy them too. She is well known person. If you somebody said they need an appointment, or them can book appointment with you.
Dre said he need an appointment.
My appointment is twistedbytia.square.site. You can go on there. It's my webpage. You can also find my booking sites. It'll tell you the days that I work, the days that I don't. Once you pay your money, you get the address. Gives you all the information.
I'm growing dreads, as you see right now. Well, I have a question about hairstyle. Mm-hmm. A person said to me that the worst time to start grow dreads is the early part where it looks horrible. Is there a way that when you first start your dread, your locking experience, that you can get something like what you have on your head?
Not if you're doing it naturally, no.
So the natural is the situation.
No, I'm saying natural is the best way, but I'm saying if you're doing it naturally, then no, there's no way to avoid it. But if you're going to add extensions, you can skip the short phase and be able to style your hair instantly. It costs more money, but at the same time, at some point, you're still going to go through the ugly phase, even whether you start off short or whether you start off long, because in order for a lock to be fully mature, it has to go through the budding phase. It has to mature. It goes through all the phases anyways. So you can just determine the length that you want to start with. But in terms of the phases that your hair goes through, like, no, it's a journey. You're going to go through it.
Okay, so there's growth in that too. So Tia, all we need to do is to end the show with a positive note. It's Monday. End us with a positive note.
All right. Well, since we was talking about growth, this is for everybody. To the people that you were, love yourself. To the people that you are, be proud of yourself. And to the people that you are becoming, be excited for that evolution. And don't forget, while y'all are still on here, you're still watching, don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. And this is Pillow Talk Live TV. We're out.
TIAK.
Stop it, calm down.
I'm bringing fire.